Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever and whenever you may be looking at this video. Thanks for joining me at the Academy of Holistic Manual Medicine. Today I want to talk about the third exercise out of 7. Now we're going places. Review. The first exercise, emotional. Simple, not feelings, complex. Emotions. Rage, sorrow, and joy. Rage, not out of control anger, adrenaline-like energy. Rage is created to prevent a loss. Sorrow is created by the body to heal from a loss only as it's expressed. And joy is created not only to balance endocrine function, just like sorrow balances immune function and rage balances autonomic function. Joy brings about a bridge into more spiritual aspects of life. It's a reward in and of itself. Exercise number 1, practice still. Keep using it throughout the series of 7, your map to total freedom. Exercise number 2, attitude overrides beliefs. Beliefs are thousands and thousands of unconscious choices to believe something which de facto moves your energy in that direction. If you have a belief that says I'm unworthy and a belief that says I'm worthy, the energy's got nowhere to go. It's stored. You need to overcome that attitude. Attitude overrides belief until we get to the higher levels where we can actually address specific patterns of belief that are holding you back, keeping you from your greater wellness. The third exercise, spiritual. Emotional, mental, spiritual. Spiritual, what's spiritual? Everything else. It's ineffable. Anything I say is going to be opinion, bias, one-sided, some truth, some false. Depends on how you interpret it. But from this paradigm, knowing is a spiritual quality. Thinking, believing, attitude and thought, mental. Knowing, without a shadow of doubt, as a personal feeling, spiritual. So, you've practiced exercise number 1. You're comfortable with your basic physical body emotions. You know that they are created and must be released. You know that you can do that safely without any repercussions. You know through the second exercise that you can release it as it's being created and actually put it to work for you. Now, exercise number 3. Let's make sure that we're moving in the direction of your soul's purpose. Soul, spiritual, you. You are a soul with a mind and a body. A lot of people have problems with that. They don't quite get that. It's ineffable. It's hard to get. I can't tell you. There is a little story. I'll call it Buddha's cat. Buddha had a cat he could pet. And he would sit under his tree and pet his cat, and he knew that was physical. He knew the energy to pet the cat was emotional. If he closed his eyes and created a picture of his cat, he could see the cat. He could see a mental image picture of the cat, and he knew that was mental. So the question is, if you're looking at a mental image picture of your cat, what is looking at it? We've got the physical, emotional, mental, but what is looking at the pictures? You are is the only answer. You are looking at those pictures, and it is you as a spiritual being. You are the observer of life. You're in the middle of your feelings, and in the middle of your feelings is your heart, and your heart knows what is right for you now. The brain thinks, the heart knows. The third exercise is called the 3-step exercise. 1, make a statement of intention as to what you intend to do next. As an exercise, start easy. Do something simple. I'm going to order spaghetti at this restaurant. Immediately after stating, internally or outwardly, your intention, check in with what you're feeling. If your chest is getting tighter, if you're feeling heavier, that's a no. Don't order spaghetti. The problem is the brain is going to have a lot of ideas about that spaghetti, how much you love spaghetti, how much you love it at that place, all the emotional ties, mama made the best spaghetti, on and on and on, thought, chatter, but the exercise is to discover, after every stated intention, what's the heart's response. Comfort, yes. Lightness, yes. Discomfort, tightness, no. When you get that response, follow through. You may not know, you won't know initially whether you're getting the right response. That's why you start with stupid things that don't matter. You go, I think I get comfort with spaghetti. Order the spaghetti. It's awesome. You were right. How can you know? You don't. Can't second guess the past. However, you order spaghetti and it ends up in your lap. Maybe you should have listened closer. Maybe the heart's response to spaghetti was tightness. Here again, we're spiritual, not mental. I can hear your brains going, some of them. That doesn't mean anything. Well, yes, it does. Your heart knows. That's the lesson. In practicing the exercise, you learn that, yes, indeed, every time I follow my heart, it turns out awesome. Every time I don't, shit happens. So, step 1, make your intention known immediately. Step 2, what's the response of the heart? Comfort or discomfort. Step 3, follow through. And then you'll know. Even if there's been a bad outcome, you get in a car accident, you can, if you're honest with yourself and willing to accept the responsibility, go back in your mind's eye to the point in time where you made the decision to go left, to go right, to leave now, to not leave. You will know. Can't prove it, but you can know where you made that decision, which ended up good or bad. And then you can also recall the feeling. And for good outcomes, that feeling is probably comfort. Bad outcomes, that feeling was probably discomfort. So exercise number 3, now we're into the spiritual realms. It's ineffable. The heart knows. You, as a spiritual being, have the capacity to know, via the heart, what's right for you now. You must ask, you must listen, and you must follow through. Practice, practice, practice. Love y'all.